The Dene community of Ndilo is a traditional location on the northern end of Leatham Island within Yellowknife Northwest Territories. Kalami Dene School in Ndilo is a wonderful example of a community school that delivers Indigenous language and cultural-based education. It offers on-the-land activities, fall, winter, and spring culture camps, learning experiences based on Dene Coady curriculum, dog rib language classes, elder and residence expertise, Dene laws and virtues education, school and community celebration and feasts. The story of the Kalami Dene School is a story about strong women who came together to realize a dream of many people to build the Kalami Dene School, and what they had to go through, both the challenges and rewards, to build this new school.
Go! Off she goes, wearing bib number 12, Trista Beck. Have a good run, Trista.
Angela James is a force to be reckoned with. She serves the teachers. She makes sure that the teachers have everything they have in order to be successful in the classrooms. So she's certainly not a top-down leader, like I told you to do, do this, do that. And she's a very empowering leader. She always is quick to give her teachers leadership roles and opportunities, and she's a very supportive leader.
In April 2009, the Kalami Dene School principal, Angela James, was chosen as Distinguished Principal of the Year by the Canadian Association of Principals.
When you see leaders make mistakes, sometimes big mistakes, they don't have a bunch of good, strong women around them to guide them.
One of the major accomplishments has been the construction of a brand new facility.
It was so hard at the beginning to get the school up and going, to not only do all of the things that are involved in the office work, but also in the classrooms and in the curriculum, in the funding, in the ensuring your enrollment is up. Like here in the community school of Ndilo, what a lot of people don't understand is that you're running a small community school on the outskirts of the capital city. They got 11 big, beautiful schools up there. Who wants to come to the little tiny, putsy, little Aboriginal community school? Well, we fought with that for a long time, because to maintain the population, the enrollment of students that we have had in our school right on the outskirts of the capital city, when every year there was going to be, the possibility was there of an exodus if you made a family mad or you did not succumb to foolish wishes. It was challenging, because at any moment you could have had your little school go tuk, 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 tuk. I've been blessed, like I tell Rihanna and Cease and Eileen and Megan and Muriel and the women that I name, I can go to them with whatever issue that I need to, and they'll listen to me and they'll guide me, or they'll reinforce, or they'll say, yeah, you're on the right trail, or no, you can't go down that road, that's not a good road. And I think that's how women operate. They especially good, strong women who know who they are, who know the direction that they need to be going as a result of the friendships with other women, but that you can disagree, and that's indeed how growth happens, when you're in the uncomfortable zone, when you're in the challenging zone, like that, when you're out of your comfort zone, that's when the learning, that's when the growth and the advances forward happen. And because there's many times, especially at the beginning, when I'd come early in the morning in our little community school, and I'd be down on my knees praying for guidance, for strength, for patience, for love, for these kids to continue. And I couldn't have done it without that prayer, as well as the strong team. At that point, it was women teachers. I could not have done it without not only the teachers, but also the school heroes that I spoke to you about, Cecilia Bolio, Rihanna Rassel. I could not have done it without them.
In September 2009, the new school opened its doors to the community and students. The completion of the new school was eagerly awaited by the community, because its construction has been a community-wide priority and shared by many students, teachers, and community members who were consulted and engaged in its planning. The community had a tremendous sense of ownership in the school, because they could see their ideas and input put into action. And they understand that a child's education is a community-wide responsibility.
My mother-in-law was one of the first teachers here in the community. She ran a preschool, kindergarten, and she was so present for me that day, because she really believed in community. She believed in family and community, and she believed our children had a right to learn in their community. And so to think about her on that day, thinking, she's no longer with us, but just thinking, wow, if she had only could see this today, she would be so happy to see that those dreams that she had 25, 30 years ago are now in place, that we have this beautiful school. And so it was so nice to be able to see the community. It's nice to see when I come in here on Monday, Wednesday, or Fridays, and to see the high school children making a hot lunch for the younger children. It's like a dream come true. It was like one of the women that said so long ago, I want a community kitchen and I want to be able to have our kids have a hot lunch program. And here we are, able to see that our kids are having that need met. And I think that the children here in this school are learning about good food. They're learning about how to prepare food, how to grocery shop, how to manage budgets. And it's all part of things that we need to learn as human beings that might not get taught to children in the home. There's empty stomachs, empty brains.
Once the hot meals are ready, the older children deliver and serve the younger children their lunch. The younger children also participate by setting their tables and, of course, washing their own dishes. Eileen Erasmus was presented with the Prime Minister's Award for Teaching Excellence.
If you don't have love of kids, you shouldn't be a teacher, period, anywhere. I mean, that's your foundation. That's why you should be in education. So many of our kids get lost in the crowds uptown. Here they know they have a place and they're loved, and no matter what happens, we'll always be here. We do whatever's needed. If extra meals are needed, then we make sure that there's extra meals. If kids need clothes, we make sure we go out and get the clothes. Whatever's needed, we take care of.
Knowing that somebody cared. We know that if a child has one person, one teacher in their life, your 12 years in school, that one teacher can make a difference in a child's life, in a child's learning. And we know that the longer children go to school, the more money that they can make at the end. They do better if they stay in school longer. That is our goal, is to help the children to be the best that they can be.
We're all held accountable to the Alberta Achievement Tests. We're all held accountable to the curriculum. In the Northwest Territories, the Dene is our curriculum. So we blend the NWT curriculum with the Dene curriculum to develop our classes. So we follow the Dene curriculum. In the high school, it's a little bit different. We kind of have to blend it a little bit more. We're definitely proud of culture in our school, and right from we start the year off with our cranberry picking and all the things that we do with the berries, and then all the different culture camps. Well, you went to the trapping camp, and we've had our duck plucking camp is awesome, and then we make duck soup, and we really embrace our culture here. And we're definitely proud of culture in our school, and when you're comfortable with yourself and you know about yourself and where your ancestors have been and where you have been, and you build pride in that, then you bloom from it. And it has to be acknowledged as valuable. All the Aboriginal students to the gym for Bannock once a month isn't going to cut it. We also have multi-grade classes, so we have 3 years in one class. So children go through a cycle, And they get to know their teacher because they're usually with her for 3 or more years. Some of these guys have been with me for 6 years. I think they'd be sick of me.
And the teachers, you know, going out on the land and learning and not being afraid to pull out duck guts out of a duck, you know, like just being right involved. And that has been so good to see that the non-Aboriginal teachers have embraced the way of the Dene and promote it. And the capacity that has been built with the women that have been involved has been amazing. Women who didn't really think that they should be at the Legislative Assembly talking to the Minister of Education, that they shouldn't be talking to the Premier and going in there and saying, our children deserve this. And it was so nice to see that capacity being built. Myself running for the Board of Education, I would never have done that if we did not want a school in our community so badly. So going to board meetings and being the only Aboriginal person on a board of trustees to learn about how do we run the school, how do we do best for our children.
Well, you know, one thing that was really hard for us was enrollment, because basically the minister said to Angela and Cease and Rihanna, who were really fighting, you know, a tough battle to get us to school. And he said, you get your enrollment up and you keep it up for 5 years, then you'll get your school. So keeping our enrollment up, and we're just like on needles and pins to get our kids and to keep them, you know, because it was really hard to compete.
You don't always, I think, get 100% support from we're all different. We all have different opinions, but I think that over time people will see that, and are already seeing that our kids are doing good. You know, with the graduate this year, we might have even 4 graduates. I think we'll really reinforce that we care about the children. We're there to support them every step of the way. And the teachers have done that. They have picked up children from their homes when they couldn't come on the bus, and they have taken them to their speech and language appointments when parents couldn't take them. They have gone the extra mile, and I think that that's what we need to do for a while. And I think as the community observes that, the ones that aren't really that supportive, I think that they'll see that we're being successful, and that kids are our #1 priority, you know, and having them love school, because it's important for lifelong learning, that they have a good exposure. And here the kids are coming, they want to come, and they're learning to read. And that to me is so important. They're learning to read. If you can read, if you can write, if you can understand math, it takes you a long ways. There are a lot in the Northwest Territories. The illiteracy rate is quite high. And so I think that we're fighting against that. And so it's so heartwarming when I go and I judge some of the Historia fairs, and I see some of the children that were in Head Start, and now they've got a project, and they can stand there and they can talk to you about it. You know, they're not shy. They can look at you, they talk to you, they can explain about their project, and they're proud. A lot of them are on the Dene culture, and they're proud. They stand there and they talk to you about what it is that their project is, and it's so nice to see, because before you wouldn't see that many Aboriginal children at these events, at science fairs, at Historia fairs. Mm-hmm. And it's really nice to see that they're there, that they're able to stand and talk about who they are and what their families have done, the contribution of Dene culture to the Northwest Territories. And so it's been really nice to see that.
We maintained our integrity, I think, because, and I'm going to use this word first and foremost, because of kindness, because of commitment and because of our presence. We never gave up. To this day, we don't. And it went right back to that, what I was talking to you about, like so much negative that I could have concentrated on in the beginning, I didn't. I want to only concentrate on the positive, is the mentality, is the approach of all of the teachers here. We have to concentrate on what we can do. We also follow something called the Virtues Education Program. All of our kids know what integrity means. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one's watching except Creator. They all know that. And that's how we did our approach to continuing on the growth of this community dream, is that we made sure that even when it's hard, we had to do the right thing. Maintaining it with, even though we had such differing views and approaches to education, we had the common vision, which was providing top quality of education in addition to celebrating the language and culture. So now, when we have students who go uptown to the uptown schools, for whatever reason, the uptown schools know that Dene School is an excellent school. Not just a little tiny community school that's just starting, that is inferior to the rest of school systems, but providing quality education to our kids, in addition to being role models for the ways to integrate language and culture of the people here of Dillon. We all work together for the good of our children, for the good of our community school, and we made sure not only to follow like the Dene laws of sharing and caring for each other, but also virtuous education and teaching kids about kindness and respect and integrity and diligence and unity and justice and all the things that we talk about as we are in the classroom. Not only teaching core subjects, but also every class, every day has myself, our elder, and the teacher, and we all have our circle time. And that's when we talk, that's when we have our language lessons with Mrs. Fossey, but we always have our circle time, which talks about the various virtues that these children need to learn, which are not just virtues, they're universal virtues, but they're also Aboriginal virtues as well. And it turns into be just about teaching these kids to be good people. And then our circle time and our language class, and then our circle time ends with a prayer. And we all pray together, and they all know how to pray in a way that's respectful, always in a circle, according to the Aboriginal way. And then our elders prays in Dogrib. And the kids know this is how we operate our school, that you show respect for others, especially your elders. You show respect for the land, and then you show respect to the spirit, the spiritual world, especially the Great Spirit. And that's in our guiding curriculum called Dene School. And that's indeed what they've learned since the first day that we started the school. And so that atmosphere that we've created is an atmosphere that guides the behavior of the children, the teachers, and the community people as they come to the school. Very, very one of respect.
Oh, it's like we've achieved this, and it's amazing. And the kids are doing well, and where do we go from here?
Well, I really believe we need to build our children into leaders. We fight against so many challenges. Our youth have challenges that we couldn't even begin to understand, and it's difficult, but for us to learn that that doesn't have to be the way. The list goes on of the things that our students have overcome. It's just amazing. They're so strong.
If I went to this school, I would be so excited because there's just so many exciting things. The teachers make the learning exciting. And it's, like I said before, about who we are as Dene people.
Lovely.
Thank you.